Good evening, fit and healthy family. Good evening. So, it is the end of the day, and I'm on camera because I just wanted to give you guys an update of what has been going on here, and I'll try to keep this brief. So, almost week and a half ago on Sunday, I took a trip around noon, around lunchtime, to the grocery store down the street. It's about maybe like 6 blocks away, maybe more than that. I don't know. It's about a mile and a half. Beautiful walk, and it was a lovely day. I decided to take a trip to the grocery store to pick up some cucumbers and some other little things that I need to stay on track with my meal plan. And once I got there, the security guard stopped me as soon as I turned into the parking lot. I'm on foot, mind you, okay? And he said, "They got us. The store is closed." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" He said, "The looters, they're here. We have to shut everything down. You're gonna have to come back another day. We're closing." And so I just kind of, turned around and walked away and decided to head back down the same street that I came to the grocery store on. And as I'm walking away, guys, mostly guys, some young ladies are running past me. All of a sudden, they're just running with boxes of shoes and clothes and televisions and all kinds of things that they had just stolen from the shopping center that I had just been turned away from. And they're running and jumping in getaway cars and screaming and yelling. And I'm walking because I don't want to run, because if the police do come, I don't want them to think that I'm with the rioters, the looters. But then I didn't want to be moseying along because here I am in the middle of civil unrest. So I just decided to walk fast home. Fortunately, within a couple of seconds, it seemed, of all the hysteria, pandemonium, craziness, it was just, anyway, my friend called me, and I told him what was happening. And he stayed on the phone with me. My friend Melton stayed on the phone with me all the way until I got to my street. So for a mile, I'm walking and talking to him. I'm telling him what's happening, and I'm telling him what my mile time is because I've got my fitness watch on, right? So I'm looking at how fast I'm walking according to the watch. And I was walking like a 15-minute mile, 16-minute, somewhere where it was brisk, but, I wasn't going to blend in with the looters. So, yeah. Um, and after that, you guys, so we rushed. Um, well, let me back up. So I'm walking fast home. I get to my block. He picks me up. We rush around the corner to the salon that I work at. And I meet my coworker there, and we proceed to clean out all of our cabinets, grab our tools, our supplies, and we just cleaned out everything, packed everything up, put it in the car, and we had planned to take it home. Well, we weren't the only ones there packing up to run. So there's a boutique next door to us, and she was packing too. And I guess a van or a car full of the criminals, okay? Because what was happening, it was not directly connected to the peaceful protests about George Floyd, and police brutality. So, yeah, a car came around, and several cars, while we were packing and loading, several cars were driving around, and it was like they were looking at us to see if we were up to something. I don't know. We're just packing, we're loading, we're moving fast, we're frantic, we're hysterical, a little crazy. So at some point, a car made a couple of circles around watching us. And I guess what they did is they waited until my coworker and I and my friend Milton went into the salon and the door shut. And that was their moment, right? So then they pulled up, someone got out of their car, and then they ran into the boutique next door and stole a box of clothes from her while she was in her trunk doing something. And we were in the salon and we couldn't help her until we saw her running down the sidewalk screaming after the person, and the person jumps into a getaway car on the corner and speeds off. So, yeah, fortunately, they did not get us at the salon. They got the boutique next door. They just got her for one box of clothes. Um, I went home after that with all of my tools and my supplies. And all I heard for the next 4 days and nights was I just heard helicopters. I heard sirens. I heard more helicopters, more police cars, sirens. I heard people screaming outside. I heard gunshots, lots of gunshots. I heard people crying and screaming in my hallway. One morning, someone was so hysterical, I wanted to get up to see if I could do something to help. And so I was still groggy. So I got up, I put my robe on and my slippers on, and I go to the door, and whoever it was who was screaming and hysterical in the hallway disappeared into one of the apartments that is one of my neighbor's places. I don't even know which neighbor it was, but that's where they went. And my heart sank and I just cried. I don't even know what was wrong with the person. I just know that it hurt. All of it. It just hurt. So bear with me as I move through all of this. I believe that I have a little bit of PTSD, post traumatic stress, from everything that happened. I know that a lot of you who may be watching me who are not in big cities, you probably didn't have to deal with the craziness, the looting, the rioting. It was up close and personal for me. And maybe you did not have to deal with it to that degree, but it traumatized me. So, yeah, lots of extra prayer, lots of extra meditation, getting back into some of my classic nutrition books. Let me show you one. Okay, so this is, and I don't know if you can see this, if it's going to come across because I have this in selfie mode, but this is Gaylord Hauser's New Treasury of Secrets, your passport to a better way of living, revised and updated. And it first came out in the 50s, and this edition was published in like 1963. So a lot of what's in here I've been using as a guide in how I set up my nutrition, in addition to the meal plan that my coach gives me. So she gives me like an amazing framework, and then I can kind of tweak it and add to it and customize it for my own tastes based on some things here. I've also learned how to volumize my food from this here, and also from a really good book called Volumetrics that I don't have here, but I may show you guys some other day. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I just hope you all are well. I pray that you stay well, be safe, keep moving, keep exercising, get your 10,000 steps a day in. Get your 5 miles a day in of walking, burn your 500 calories, and eat well. Eat whole, healthy, natural foods. You can do it. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye bye now.